Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler, and let's not pretend that there's anything more important to talk about than Aaron Rodgers down for probably be a month.
I'll say 4 to 6.
Yeah, it's, based on what doctors say, that thing's got to be healed before he gets back on the field, or he risks
and the way the trajectory of his ball, Tom, when he throws, he have kind of a quick motion. So there's 2 things that can hinder him: the way he sleeps, which shoulder he sleeps on, and the way he has that jerky motion, the way he throws the foot is kind of violent.
You think it puts pressure on his left shoulder? It puts
more pressure on the left shoulder because the way he has perfect mechanics. Yeah. If it was another quarterback, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But Aaron uses all of his tools. Some quarterback just does an arm and nothing moves. He has the proper throwing motion.
Right, and he does really hold on to the ball with 2 hands.
Yes.
He's very good at protecting the ball that way.
But you're injured too, so you're fine. You're still at work.
Yeah, I'm good. You know, I can't lift my arm up over my head, so
You didn't call Brett Favre to replace Aaron, did you?
I did not. No,
okay, good.
No, and I don't think anybody else has either.
Yeah.
But let's look at Seneca Wallace, who's going to be the starter. I don't think, unless he just is terrible, he's the guy they're going to roll with for the next month. Is it possible for him to run the same offense that Aaron Rodgers does and do the same things at the line of scrimmage, or do they have to sort of start to move this offense to fit him?
Well, based on what McCarthy said, their offense is not teetered around managing. No, they run their stuff.
Right.
Now, what they will do, they'll get with him as they do Aaron, and what do you like to run? Give me your top 15, 16 plays. Clemens will do the same, and so will McCarthy, and they'll get a game plan for him. It was a little unfair to give him the keys to the car, but it had 2 wheels missing. Yeah. Because I think everybody thought he can just come in and win the game for Chicago. Now, Chicago's back up, and now he played a little bit against the Redskins. He had 2 weeks of practice, so he was a little bit more polished. So he got 1 week of practice before we start calling all the quarterbacks to come in. The Packers want to see what they have. They wanted a veteran who could run the offense. Now, I know he is 6-15 and when he started games. His quarterback rating is 81.3, but against the spread, he's 11-10, so it's a winning record. But you just need a guy who can understand, don't turn the ball over.
Right.
And get your athletes the football.
Get them the ball.
Yes.
Right? I mean, he has the players around him. Just get them the ball and let them do the work.
And McCarthy got to help him out a little bit by running the football. And it could be 3rd and 8. It's okay to run the football and survive the down and having him force it the way it all falls on him. And he's throwing the ball 35 times.
Right. And you think he should roll out, get him on some rollouts,
absolutely,
and play actions?
Because I know he's been in the league for a while, but he can outrun most defensive ends. Get him out of the bootleg, quarterback keeper. They did that a lot. Wallace was one of his favorite targets. So I think he'll love that. And he'll do a lot of play action. And we're going to show a play action pass he did. He hit Jordan Nelson. Perfect throw. Okay. Stepped up, great progression. So I know a lot of people want the Packers to go get Matt Flynn and things of that nature. But at this point in the season, they got to find out what they have. And again, it's only for a month. And if they can win 2 to 3 games in the next 4 or 5 weeks, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So as that's happening, they're getting healthier.
Yes.
They should get Clay Matthews and Nick Perry back this week. Now, Matthews comes with an asterisk because he's going to be playing with this club on his broken right thumb. I mean, that thing is huge. I saw it in practice.
Well, we've had other guys wear it before.
Yeah, other guys have. I think Morgan Burnett.
Morgan Burnett has done it before.
Got a picture there of him, diving with it. Clay Matthews relies a lot on his grip and his hands. He's really good with his hands. So what changes in his game now that, what does he have to learn to do differently?
Well, one of his biggest moves, I looked at about 10 games, his top 10 sacks. He liked to grab what we call sling and pull. Grab, sling, and pull, and he's by the opposite tackle. Now he has to use, no pun intended, the club move like Reggie White. Club a guy by, keep your path to the quarterback. When he's in coverage, he got to keep both hands close near to his body because if they're out, it's going to be easy for the running back to just knock that hand down the club and run by him.
Okay.
So you got to keep it close to his body, and when he makes tackles, he got to bring both of his hands with him as well as his legs. And I know it's easy to say, Tom, but he has to be very active. That's the only way he's going to feel like something is wrong, but I can fix it. He can still get a sack. Now, getting the interception is going to be difficult, but it can work. If you keep your arms inside in and compact, he'll be just fine.
Now, the interesting thing I was thinking about is that, you know, Nick Perry, if he comes back, it's proven that he's much better on the right side than the left side.
Yes,
I mean, we saw that. We saw that.
It's a fantastic point.
So, if Clay Matthews is on the left side, the club's in his right hand, grabbing the quarterback or whatever, he's not going to be able to do it. So do you play him on the left or the right?
That's a brilliant point. I think that would be a great way for them to do that. Or what they could do is they do those linebacker crossing in the middle. Matthews have blitz from the middle.
Right. On nickel downs, they will line him up in the middle.
Yes, and now he can pick his way. But what you're saying is a great point. Go to the left, now he can pull, sling, and grab.
Right, but he can't, but the hard part will be get the quarterback to,
no, it's going to be hard.
You know, pull him down,
right.
You know, with one hand, because he's done that before.
I think he'll feel good. You remember Kevin Cobb, he ran him down and pulled him down?
Yeah.
He loves using his hands. So if you don't have that one particular, and you can't use that as a weapon, of course.
Right.
But once if he gets to the sack depth, he's going to have to go for Nick Foles' torso, not his shoulder pads.
Right.
Grab him around the waist, pull him down with his weight. But the problem is getting to that next level, playing the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be great if him and Nick Perry can come back. They're going to need it with this offense. And we're going to talk about that in X's and O's. How do you stop this Philadelphia offense? Because it's pretty rinky-dink.
And let's talk about that really just quickly. This thing, they move at a...
He said this thing.
They move at a rabbit's pace.
Yeah.
They are...
20 seconds.
Yeah, is that...
They want to get 20 seconds because they like to audible. And if you substitute, Tom, they will snap it.
Okay.
So the Packers have to be on tune. Chip Kelly is telling Foles, look, I'm going to give you 5 plays. Now, you can pick one of those 5 you want,
right.
But if Green Bay substitute, I want you to get that play out right away.
Right.
Because I have another play I want to run.
Okay.
So it's always thinking ahead. So if you look at the Oregon offense, it's kind of the same. Fast-paced. The Green Bay Packers will play a lot of zone, but they got to hit the quarterback. If they can hit the quarterback, it all slows down.
Maybe they should watch Stanford last night.
Oh, yeah.
On the way they
hit them in the
played.
mouth.
God,
Hit them in the mouth.
They did. Lastly, look, in the news, been huge all over nationally is the story about the Miami Dolphins and Richie Incognito and
well,
Jonathan
he should have been
Martin.
incognito.
Yeah. This hits home for you, too, because you do a lot of speaking on bullying.
Yes.
Is it, you know, people, the argument you hear is like, how can a grown man be bullied in a locker room? But what's your
it's
take
easy.
on that?
Even at the job place, church, and schools, it's a mental health thing, and it's a way to try to fit in. Martin wants to fit in with the offensive lineman, so he's subjected and he's a target. Now, the problem was Richie Incognito, when he was a kid, he was tormented. He was the fat kid in the back of the room that people picked on. So he felt that when I get to this macho status, I can do it to anybody around me. So I feel bad for him as well because he had some mental health problems. So my thing is, when you're at the workplace and you're having problems like that, you don't want to feel like a snitch and you want to defend yourself. But what do we want people to do, Tom? To come into work and just start shooting people?
Right.
Because some guy's bothering you every day? No, we don't want that. We want guys to do just like Martin did. But I'm going to tell you real quick what happened in our locker room. Reggie White and Wayne Simmons noticeably sometimes did not get along.
Yeah.
It was a guy on our team that had a problem with Wayne Simmons. He went to Reggie and said, Reggie, listen, I'm having a problem with Wayne. It's kind of very negative, and the guy's sometimes very physical. You know, he'll kind of push me a little bit and just kind of toughen me up. And Reggie said, I'll take care of it, because he's the leader. He goes to Wayne, talks about it, it's discussed. We handle it in the locker room. You guys never found out about it. Now, it did get into an altercation. Actually, Brett Favre tried to break him up, and what broke the whole fight up, because I was joking around, I said, listen, because when they got in the middle pushing. Brett said, "Hey, come on, guys, break it up." And both of them threw Brett back on the vending machine. I said, wait, hold it. If you hurt Brett Favre, we are done. Everybody stopped and started laughing. And that's what broke it up. But it was handled.
Right.
Never had a problem.
Yeah.
So I would say there's no leaders on that team.
Right.
Because the leaders on the team will fix it and make sure nobody feels uncomfortable when you come to work.
And it has to come from top down, because
I agree.
One thing I
agree.
remember when Holmgren came in was that he said there's no rookie hazing, because rookies are part of the team and they're going to have to play.
Right.
You know, so we're not putting up
We
with
did
any of
it
that
when
kind of
Lindy
stuff.
and Foncho was here real quick.
Yeah.
You sang your fight song, you took guys to eat, but there was a cap on it, Tom.
Right.
It wasn't 15,000.
Yeah,
30,000.
taking them out to dinner for
Right, it wouldn't do that. It was maybe, $800-900 or something. And back there's a lot of money. You pay it and you keep it moving, and that was it. Brian Noble would not allow guys to haze me. He would not allow people to separate, and that's why he was one of our biggest leaders. And Reggie did the same. So Ireland, the GM, he's going to have to look in that locker room. Because there's some guys, Tom, believe that Richie Incognito was correct.
Right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They need to weed those guys out and get them out of there. Otherwise, that team is lost. They got to start over.
All right. That's
Yep.
very interesting.
Oh, and by the
stuff.
way, we're talking about anti-bullying program. We have a new sponsor. Steel Wind is our new sponsor for our anti-bullying campaign. Thank you very much for Jason and those guys for helping us out with that. We just did a big program at Our Avenue MPS school. We did a great program. We're going to put it up on you'll be able to watch it on these channels here. So very excited about that.
Good, great. Okay, well, don't forget to join us for X's and O's.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
We will see you after the Philadelphia game.